Well, I'm getting ready to do a digital painting here, so I'm watching some instructional videos on the programs that I'm going to use. My digital paintings in the past have been less than stellar, so I'm sort of just trying to learn all these techniques, and I think I've got the hang of it, the things that I was missing before. So I'm going to do a digital painting, and that's not my work there. That's one of the instructional videos I'm looking at. And I just want to say that it's amazing how many people are on YouTube and the internet, and then we have programs like Skillshare that you can learn anything for free or for a small price. All this stuff that you would have learned in college, hey, you can just learn it on the internet now. So this is my workspace, and I love it, and I think I finally got it down to what I really want. You know, I love feathers, you know, so I actually have some peacock feathers. I actually killed this peacock myself, and I'm not saying this like boasting. The thing was, I worked at a zoo, and there was this, some of the employees at this zoo I worked at. It was a zoo and a ranch and a restaurant and like a tourist attraction, and we had wild peacocks. They weren't like animals that we fed or anything, but you know, they were like, they just thrived out there in the middle of the desert. It's pretty crazy. But one of these, the employees at this place, they used to drive around in like golf carts. Not the employees, but like the owner and the owner's, you know, daughter and son that kind of ran the place. They all drove around in golf carts. And I don't want to say, the owner was this old lady, okay? She was like freaking 100 when she died, and she was like 90 when I knew her. Anyway, so she was driving a golf cart. She hit one of the peacocks, and it had like a broken leg, and it wasn't gonna, there was no way we could save it. So the guys at the zoo were like, "Hey, Abby, come here and you know, kill this peacock." And I had to cut its head off with an axe, and I didn't enjoy it. And actually, the peacock, after I had cut off its head, it stood up and started walking around without a head, so it was pretty traumatic. And then, you know, they made me sit there and pluck all the feathers out because they sold the feathers at the bar. You know, a lot of times the peacocks would shed the feathers and they'd just pick them up and sell them at the bar. But the thing was that this whole peacock, I had to pluck it and take the feathers out, and then of course I kept some feathers for myself. It was crazy because I was plucking these feathers out, and a lot of them, because I was plucking them out of the bird and they were still the feathers that had a blood supply going to them, a lot of the tips, the ends of the feathers had blood on them. It was a really unpleasant task, but they told me to do it, you know. And so I had a lot of different feathers from this bird. These are actually like the feathers on the edge of a peacock. They're real pretty, but I felt sorry that I had to kill it, of course, and it's just, there really was nothing to do. But this old lady would drive around in her golf cart, and I don't even think she could see very well, because she hit a number of birds. There was a duck and a peacock and all kinds of things. She would just run them over, but there was a lot of birds that were just like all over the place at this place I worked at. They were just everywhere. So, and anyway, I'm getting started to do some work here. My cat, you know, it was cute, and the reason why I started doing this video, here he is now. He's looking at his friend, and then his friend's looking at himself. It's so meta. Look, we have the cat looking at the bird, and the bird's looking at himself. I love things like that. Hi, doctor. So as you can see, I put the mirror in there for him. He loves the mirror. And you know what? I would get another bird, but see, that's sort of propagating the pet trade, and I don't support that. I adopted this bird and his partner, and I had him since 2012, and then his partner died a few months ago, and it was very sad. And I would like to get him another friend, but the thing is that, you know, then I would be buying a bird, and then this bird would die, and then I have to get a friend for the other bird. You know, it's just problematic, and I feel sorry that he's alone, but he is enjoying his mirror a lot. You know, I mean, it's just, and then if I get another bird, I'd have to get a male, and you never know the personality. This bird is very domineering, and if I got another male that was younger and he was domineering a dominant bird, he would, you know, probably this is Dr. Chalk right here. That's his name, Doctor. You know, and I don't want some other strange bird coming and bossing Doctor around. Doctor is the man here. Aren't you, Doctor? Yeah. He's the man. He loves his little mirror. And I think it's worrying. It's a little obsessive, his behavior, but I don't really have anything that I can do for him, you know. I don't want to get another bird. And, I mean, I love birds. If I had a chance to adopt a bird, that's a little bit of a different story. You know, I don't know where these guys would have ended up if I hadn't, you know, taken them off my friend. You know, it was him and another bird and a different kind of finch called, this is a zebra finch, and there was an orange cheek waxbill was the other bird. And it's a very unique bird, too. It's not, they don't just sell orange cheek waxbills at the pet store. You have to freaking order them, special order them, you know? Zebra finches, however, are ubiquitous. They're everywhere. You go to a bird store, they're going to have one of these guys, or a few of these guys. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have zebra finches there. That's a perennial favorite right there, zebra finch. But the thing is, an orange cheek waxbill, they're really like, you know, not anything special. They sort of have they're brown colored and they have orange circles on their cheeks, like this one. But that's pretty much it. And they have like a bright color underneath their tail if they're male. But like, you know, they're not. They don't sing like this orange like a zebra finch here. Doctor, he has a little tune that he sings. But the orange cheek waxbills don't really sing. They kind of just peep peep peep. And they have like a sort of another call they do, which is just a few notes, you know. So I mean, I'm not dissing the orange cheek waxbills. That's fine, you know. I love all animals, but I'm just saying it was unusual to find a bird and not know the history of it or anything. And so they had the orange cheek waxbill in with this bird. And so the orange cheek waxbill, her name was Henrietta. It was a boy bird, but I called her Henrietta and referred to her as female because she acted like a female and she built the nests and everything. The nests were her projects, you know. Doctor here doesn't really do anything with the nests. He sleeps in them, but doesn't actually, you know, like do any housekeeping. But you know, and so Henrietta died first, and so I hypothesized that somebody had two orange cheek waxbills. One of them died, so they went to the store and just bought a zebra finch, whatever finch was there, doctor here. And so when I got them, I think somebody had died and their family didn't know what to do and just took the cage to PetSmart and dropped it off because these birds were abandoned. So she ended up dying first, so I think she was older. So it actually makes sense to my hypothesis. So that's why these two birds were together. Somebody had two, because you really want to buy two finches. You don't ever want to just buy one finch. With finches, a lot of birds, you just want to buy two. Look at this. See, Pexy doesn't, Apex, my cat here, he doesn't have like a predatory drive. He doesn't really have a predatory drive that's problematic. You know, he's pretty good. He's never killed anything or even tried to kill anything, even a bug. So he's afraid of bugs, actually. So he's pretty safe with my bird. This looks like a crazy arrangement here. This looks like something, you know, that might cause, hey, it's so dark. Why is it so dark? Come on. Hey, camera. Thank you. Oh, Jesus. Just gonna do it again. Fucking. The light. The detail. The colors. And then we just fucking, bam. Fade to black. The fuck, this looks ominous. Okay, Pex. So, this looks like something that would be problematic, right? Well, it's not. It's really not. He doesn't even jump on top of the cage or anything. Because I put this tower here. So he has an alternative that he would prefer to sitting on top of the cage. So that took care of that problem. And, you know, there he is. He likes to view his domain. Pex, you're doing good. But the reason why I even started this video is because I wanted to show you when I'm sitting at my desk, Pex is usually down there. That's his little house. And I'll touch him with my feet, because my feet go right there. So my feet are right there, and then my cat's right there, and my butt's right there. My face is looking at that. So my face is up here, yeah. So yeah, I found a good mix of medications to take to sort of improve my focus. And they're legal. I actually have a prescription for them, so that's good. You know, no more of this. So I have a nose problem. You know, it's really actually embarrassing, but it's not my fault. Well, it is my fault. But when I was a child, like a very young child, like 2 years old, I just was, okay, I saw my mom. Here, I'm actually going to turn this around here. But I think I should go to the bathroom so I, you know, see what my face is doing right here. Maybe I could use this one. Yeah, I have this cardboard here to protect me from the mirror when I'm sitting on the couch, because you guys don't know it yet, but mirrors are actually pretty dangerous. So this kind of protects me. I don't want to get into that right now. So anyway, here, I'm going to just fucking, let me see. Oh, hi. Okay, so, let me just find a nice background here. Anyway, so, Anyway, so I wanted to tell you this. What was the fucking thing I was getting? Oh, so when I was really young, like, just a kid, like a toddler still, like 2 years old, I saw my mom, put, like, tissue in her nose. She had, like, a bloody nose or something. She just put some tissue in her nose. And I saw her do that, and so I wanted to, like, copy her. And I was at daycare, and I was picking at they give us mats to lay on for nap time. We take a nap after lunch. And I was, like, picking at the mat and, like, pulling it apart. And I picked a piece of the foam inside. I pulled it out, and I put it in my nose, because I know it had something to do with me seeing my mom do it. But anyway, yeah, I put it in my nose and put it pretty far up my nose. I think it was my right, or I don't know which nostril it was. But anyway, I had it up there, this sponge, for weeks, and it started to corrode. And my mom didn't know it was there, but I had this nasal drip that wouldn't quit. And there's actually photographs of me when I was just a little kid, and I had this nasal drip. My mom didn't know what the cause was. And I started to smell. My mom said that I started to smell really bad, so she didn't know what was going on, and she took me to the doctor, and they realized there was a piece of this foreign object up my nose, and it was pretty traumatic, because, you know, it's almost surgical. They have to put a metal implement up your nose, so it was really scary for me, and traumatic, and I'm sure I didn't like it very much, but they pulled this sponge out. Nobody understands why I did that, and I think I do, but I try to explain it to people, and they're like, oh, you blame your mom. Dude, I was 2 years old. Dude, I wasn't even thinking. I didn't know that shit. But yeah, don't put things in your body, because they are going to stay there and do things, you know? They're going to do some shit. If you put it in your ear or your nose, there's no way for your body to break it down. It's just going to sit there, and you're going to start to smell, you know? Don't do that. So, like, you know, don't always just copy your mom when you see your mom do something, because, you know, that's what I did, and look what happened to me. Anyway, so I have these nose problems persisting to this day, and I'm 34 years old today. Today's February 11th of 2020. So I'm still having these nose problems. My nose, I have to blow my nose when it's bad. Like, when I eat, my nose starts to run. I have to blow my nose, like, every 2 minutes. I mean, I've counted it. It's pretty consistent. Every 2 minutes, I have to blow my nose. Or, you know, suck it back into my digestive system. And that grosses people out. I try not to do that. But then blowing your nose grosses people out, too. So what are you supposed to do if you have excess mucus in your nose? You know, and I'm talking, if I don't blow my nose, the snot, it's like water. It's viscous, and it's really like, it's watery, the snot. It's not gross or anything, but it'll run out of my nose, down into my mouth, off my chin. It'll start to run that bad. My nose and it's because of that sponge, I know it. And my nose is fucked up, you know, and it's like, it's horrible. Like, and then when I was younger, like a little older than when I put this, like when I was probably in elementary school, I was having these nosebleeds every day. I'm sure that's because of the sponge. I was having these bad nosebleeds every day. My nose would bleed and it wouldn't stop. So I had my nose cauterized 2 times, and then I wouldn't go back after that, because when they cauterize it, it's really painful. They can't give you any kind of numbing agent. I mean, I think they should let you snort some cocaine, because that'll for sure numb your shit. But anyway, they cauterize your nose, either with heat or with a chemical, and they put it, because my nose, your blood vessels in your nose are a lot of them are really close to the surface inside your nose, and they would cauterize it, burn the skin with either, like I said, chemicals or heat, so that it wouldn't bleed like that anymore. But like I said, I had it done 2 times. Obviously, it was ineffective, and after that, I was just like, no, I'm not doing that again, because it was incredibly painful. I didn't know about cocaine in elementary school, so anyway. But yeah, I'm actually not on any illegal drugs right now. I'm prescribed Adderall and Nuvigil and gabapentin, you know, and so there's, you know, different things you can do, different kinds of dosing methods you can do, especially with the gabapentin. You want to stagger your doses, because you can't even absorb it after a certain amount for like 45 minutes. So staggering doses is important. That's where you take a little bit, and then a certain time later you take a little bit more, and then a certain time later you take a little bit more. It's sort of my stepdad's a pharmacist, so he gives me a lot of good advice, and I've talked to him extensively about certain things, and he said that that's really a drug addict thing. Like, that's drug addicts do that. You know, whatever. I wear that with pride, because to me a drug addict is just a psychonaut, somebody that explores the human consciousness and unconsciousness, and I've gone deep into it. And actually, I went so deep that I attracted the attention of supernatural entities and perfect beings. And you know, you go deep enough, and you make your plea to the universe. You just send it out there. You ask for intervention from a higher power, not human, and they might find you. They might find you and talk to you. So good luck with that. There are certain ways that you can do it, but I'll make another video on that. This is more like a video diary. So anyway, yeah, I plan on making some videos about, like, these entities that I've been communicating with since 2018, but it has to be its own video. So anyway, thanks for watching my video diary. I really appreciate it. You have a great day.